Today happens to be World Intellectual Property Day, and it falls on 26, as I've been doing every year. But because 26 was Sunday yesterday, that's why I moved it to today. And today the theme was about intellectual property and sport. Basically, how intellectual property transcends in all the sporting field, from swimming, athletics, football, basketball, all the balls, tables, and all the nets together. So that is what has been. And basically, what I try to do is that to look at policy, practice, opportunities, awareness, and advocacy, and also cases that has gone through within this sporting arena where people have fallen short and they've been taken to court, and how we can also learn from those practices and the ways and means to be able to protect the ideas we have in sport that falls within intellectual property. And that has been the significance. And today was very great because we were able to have UNESCO represented by Mr. Carl Ampa, the former corporate administrator, lawyer Bernard Teko Bosumpra was there. And also, we also had the CEO of Apprise Music coming to grace the occasion. And then we also had one infringement case, which is so interesting. One Kobe Spikey. He created a song, CAF used his song, but never acknowledged, never paid. And he was able to win the case in court. But up to today, he was not able to get his awards that the court granted him. And the corporate former administrator advised that he should go back to the same court and use the court system to seek for enforcement of his award, which was very unique. Mr. Kalampa also spoke about UNESCO's role that they are looking at anti-doping rights in sports, and then also image protection, digital aspects, and how people should be aware so that the country can look at policies and frameworks that we can be able to make it stronger for our Ghanaian local market. And as well, myself also look at all the fakes aspects within sport in terms of trademarks, people calling Adidas, Adibas, Nike, Nike, and all the other aspects. That is bringing down people's businesses because people pay for rights to get the right to rebroadcast. People don't, and they pick other people's feed and then they broadcast it without recourse to the rightful owner. So the whole idea is that let us learn the right way to protect our works. Let us respect the creativity of other people so that together we can encourage the authors that are within the sporting arena as far as intellectual property is concerned, and also the investors, people who put in money to make sure that the game becomes beautiful as we watch it. Look at PS4. Somebody's creativity. He picks teams and he gets the right to put them on it. So you can also not just get up and then create something like that. So we need to learn from licensing, and we need to make sure that we are doing the right thing and making sure that the country also gets revenue and we are able to move forward. The young ones coming, the youth, they have wonderful ideas. This is the opportunity that you should always look out for. And this is Bnoskka. I'm telling you.
I'm Carl Lampa. I'm working with UNESCO. I'm in charge of our culture program and also a social and human sciences program with another colleague. That's where we have sports, fall under. And for today, the issues being discussed are very, very important. I was just telling the panel that even on April 21st, it's usually World Day for Creativity and Innovation. So it needs to connect with this particular day that is being celebrated on IP. As far as UNESCO is concerned, it works very closely with WIPO to ensure that intellectual property awareness is out there for creators, for policymakers, for everybody that needs it. I'm sure, as Bnoskka has already talked about, it's very, very important. It's an avenue where money can be generated, but if you are not aware, then it becomes problematic. So the education has to go right down from I would say from the school system, so that before people come out, they know their rights, they know what to do when they create, and know that it's an avenue where money can be generated to put food on the table. Yeah, whether it's through the creative and cultural industry, where sports also finds expression because sports also is connected to creativity and innovation. So we wish Ghana well, and we're hoping that the ministry concerned would take active interest in this area because there's so much that Ghana can gain from it. Thank you.
Intellectual property is also a current trend, and sports For instance, we are in the process of the World Cup will soon start, and they will be broadcasting the matches. And matches come under when the broadcasting, and broadcasting is protected by copyright. The jerseys, the footballs, the equipment, everything that they were using at the during the matches, they are all inventions or they are creativity in a way. So intellectual property covers everything that is created, whether in culture, whether in inventions or whatever it is. So you cannot dissociate anything from intellectual property, because intellectual property simply means the products that we create out of our brains. And what is it there in life today that has not been created by the human mind? The difference between us in what we call the developing world or the developing countries and the developed or advanced countries is just intellectual property. The phones we buy, they invent them, they put them together, and we pay for. And therefore, they make all the money. At best, what we can do is maybe the little solid that you sell, but the whole product is for them. So IP or intellectual property is a current trend, and any thing that is subject to creativity definitely has to get under intellectual property protection. So the theme is very opportune. It's very relevant for the time. Thank you. Oh, okay. I am Bernard Bosumpra. I was a former copyright administrator in the copyright office, but now I'm on retirement. Thank you.
My name is Kobe Spikey, and I'm a tech entrepreneur and a music producer. And most people know me because I sued CAF for basically using my soundtrack without my permission, and was granted a judgment of $250,000. So I've been on the forefront of intellectual property discussions for a long time, and through the whole issue, learned a lot. And I've realized that a lot of people don't really know what it means, what it entails. You know, copyright, intellectual property, trademark infringement, and I think it's a good thing for people to learn, because I mean they say lack of knowledge people perish, and so people end up being on the wrong side of the law because they inadvertently use people's creative property without their permission. We see this a lot. We see this in movies, people using people's soundtracks in movies and ads, and forgetting that it's a difference between non-profit and using it for profit. And then when you unfortunately get caught by the law, you end up paying a larger sum than you actually would have benefited from if you had sought or sought permission. So, yes, from my perspective, it's something that I think a lot more people need to learn and get acquainted with, so they don't get on the wrong side of the law.
Yeah, my name is Akofa Toko, aka Sensational. So I wouldn't be that. You know, today we are talking about intellectual property. And if you are a songwriter, if you know you are a songwriter, you have to protect it. Have you gone to register your work? Have you gone to copyright to register? Have you done all that? If you haven't done it, please, I'm encouraging you to do it. Because without it, your work is not your work. Because people are having their property. Musicians, you will hear them saying that, "Oh, somebody has stolen my song," and all that. Have you protected it? Have you registered it? If not, then I'm urging you to do that now. Okay? Thank you so much for listening to me.